Imagine this. What if you walked to the edge of the world and found that the world had no end? But what if you traveled back in time to the very beginning of all things, the point scientists call the Big Bang? The most terrifying question isn't how did it happen, but rather, what was there before that? Emptiness? God? Or is our universe merely a single breath in an endless cycle? Today, we will take you across the wall of time to find answers humanity never expected. Welcome to the furthest journey human intellect can reach. We all know that. Our universe began approximately 13.8 billion years ago, from a tiny point of immense density and temperature, which we call the singularity. But the problem is, all the physics theories we have, whether it's Einstein's theory of relativity or quantum mechanics, they all break down when they reach that point. It's like watching a great movie, but the opening reel has been destroyed. We see the explosion, we see the expansion, we see stars and galaxies, but we don't see the hand that lit the fuse. Renowned physicist Stephen Hawking once compared it to asking what was there before the Big Bang is like asking what is north of the North Pole, because from his perspective, time was only created along with the Big Bang. Therefore, the phrase "before that" has no mathematical meaning, but that is just one answer. There is another group of scientists who believe that before the Big Bang, there was something more exciting than emptiness, something that might change our understanding of our existence forever. We are talking about eternal inflation and conformal cyclic cosmology. Prepare yourselves, because what lies beyond this wall may make you feel that the universe we live in is much smaller than you ever imagined. Imagine soap bubbles in boiling water. Each bubble that emerges is a universe. This is the concept called eternal inflation, proposed by physicists like Alan Guth and Andre Linde. This theory tells us that our Big Bang is not the beginning of everything, but it is merely a local event that occurred in a much larger area, an area called the multiverse. In this multiverse, there is a state called false vacuum. It is a state with immense energy, and it is inflating rapidly, faster than light. And most importantly, it inflates eternally. But at some point, this surging energy will decay or stop inflating, like air bubbles forming in boiling water. When that bubble stops inflating, the remaining energy will be converted into matter and radiation. That is what happened the moment our Big Bang was born. That means, before our Big Bang, there was an energy field that was inflating. And while you are listening to this clip, there might be millions of other Big Bangs occurring in distant areas that we can never reach. Just think, if this theory is true, our universe is just a small soap bubble in an endless ocean, and our before is the chaos of energy creating new universes. No beginning and no end. But this is just one theory, because there is another concept that says our before might be the end of another universe that flourished before us. A theory that transforms the straight line of time into a perfect circle. That is conformal cyclic cosmology, the work of Nobel laureate physicist Roger Penrose. Let's see how this circle of time works. If eternal inflation is countless soap bubbles emerging, conformal cyclic cosmology, or CCC for short, is the breath that goes in and out endlessly. This theory was proposed by Sir Roger Penrose, a Nobel laureate physicist. He suggests that our universe does not have a beginning and an end, but it is a cycle called aeons. Imagine our universe in the far future, billions and billions of years from now, when the last star dies out, every black hole evaporates into radiation through a process called Hawking radiation. At that time, the universe will only be left with light, photons, and massless particles. The universe will expand vastly until everything is empty. And this is the most astonishing point of this theory. When the universe expands to its limit, and only massless particles remain, distance and time will begin to lose their meaning, because massless particles do not perceive time. Mathematically, the state where the universe expands to its limit will be mathematically identical to the state where a new Big Bang occurs. It is a conformal rescaling that makes the end of the old era become the beginning of a new era without a seam. That means our before the Big Bang is the end of the universe that existed before. We are the ashes from the fire of the previous era that were rekindled to create something new. But this theory is not just imagination. Penrose believes that we might find evidence of the universe before, remaining in the cosmic microwave background. He calls them Hawking points, which are imperfections of energy caused by the collision of supermassive black holes in the previous universe. If this is true, it's chilling that everything we see today might just be a repeated lesson in a notebook with no final page. But what if the universe didn't originate from something that already existed? What if it came from true nothingness? How do we explain this? Let's move on to the mystery of the quantum world. If we don't believe in cycles and we don't believe in multiverse, how do we explain the beginning of everything? The answer might be hidden in the smallest world, called quantum mechanics. That is the concept called quantum fluctuation. Think of vacuum. In general understanding, a vacuum is empty space. But in the quantum world, emptiness doesn't truly exist. A vacuum is a sea of energy that is constantly moving. There, particles and antiparticles will pop in and pop out in an instant, like tiny bubbles in soda. Physicists suggest that our Big Bang might just be the biggest quantum fluctuation that occurred in emptiness. It is a state called ex nihilo, or from nothing, which mathematically the total energy of the universe. When adding the positive energy of matter with the negative energy of gravity, the result might be exactly zero. That means our universe is the ultimate free lunch. We don't need any ingredients to create the universe. Other than emptiness and the laws of physics, that's all. But wait, we are using the words before, beginning, and time. But how sure are we that these things truly existed before the Big Bang? This is where Stephen Hawking and James Hartle proposed the most challenging concept, called the no-boundary proposal. They view that, when we go back in time near the Big Bang, time will gradually change its properties, becoming space. It is a state called imaginary time. In this state, the universe has no beginning, but it has a rounded surface, like the surface of the Earth. Imagine this. If you walk to the North Pole, you will find that there is no north direction anymore. Similarly, if you go back in time to the Big Bang, you will find that there is no before anymore, because time has already become part of space. Therefore, the question, what was there before the Big Bang, might be the wrong question from the start, because time is not a straight line drawn from eternity, but it is a property of our universe itself that just appeared. It's like asking, which page is the first letter on? The answer is, it's not on a page, but it is what creates the story on that page. So how do we conclude this? Since every theory leads us to different wonders. Emptiness, cycles, or multiverses. The truth might be hidden in a place we cannot yet see. Let's move to the final conclusion that will change your perspective on life forever. We have come a long way. From the singularity wall, through the multiverse that inflates eternally, to the cycles of endless aeons. Whatever the true answer may be, one thing we discover is the wonder of intelligence that tries to understand the unseen and explain the non-existent. Just think. If the universe is a cycle, we are part of a story that has happened countless times before. If the universe is a multiverse, we are just one of millions of possibilities. And if the universe originated from emptiness, we are living proof that nothing can become everything. From a philosophical perspective, asking what was there before the Big Bang may not be about finding the beginning of time, but it is about finding the meaning of our existence now. Because if the universe has no true beginning, that means now is the most important point. We are not just dust in an empty universe, but we are the eyes that the universe uses to look at itself. We are the thoughts that the universe uses to understand itself. Renowned astronomer Carl Sagan once said, "We are made of star stuff." But if we look deeper than that, we might be the stuff of nothingness. That is trying to find the answer. Why we exist. Before the Big Bang, there might have been everything, or there might have been nothing. But the most important thing is right now. You are here, learning, and being part of the greatest mystery. Thank you for joining us until the end. If you like mysterious stories of the universe like this, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts below. What do you think? What was there before the Big Bang? Emptiness? Or someone